Bonjour, hello, hey, welcome to Chef Diaries. Now this is a very intimate program. It's just between me and you. Yes, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. It's a very intimate thing. It's between me and you. Here I'm going to talk about some things, the stories that happened at my restaurant way back in a land far, far away, in a long time ago, in a land far, far away. So now this recipe, the chocolate cheesecake with a lot of alcohol, was a request which was made by my sister. Now this recipe is something that's very close to my heart because it's very easy to do. Maybe in the video you see me using a lot of equipment, but it was because at my restaurant I had access to it. So don't worry about it. This is so easy. You'll be making this in no time, and I believe in you. You're gonna do it. So all you need for this when it comes to an equipment is a hand blender, and that's it. You don't need an oven. You don't need anything except a stove, which I'm sure you have, and a pan to melt your chocolate. That's it. Now, I also do use a cake in this recipe. What you can do is, if you don't have the time to make a base, you can also take some brioche bread or nice soft bread, dip it in a sugar syrup and put it on the bottom of your cheesecake. Or if you don't have that, you can take biscuits. You can crush the biscuits by hand, add some butter to it, and just mix it by hand, make it into a nice crust. That's gonna work out so well. Well, the story behind this is that my sister, she loves Baileys, and all of my sisters love Baileys. So you know who you are. I've got sisters all over the world, and I feel blessed. I love my sisters, so I dedicate this video to you. To you. Yes, I love you. Thank you for watching this video and supporting me. And you can also follow me on Instagram. Anyways, so one day my sister, she comes and she's like, I want to have a chocolate cheesecake, and it has to have Baileys in it. It needs to be really nice, and I love Baileys, I love chocolate cheesecake, and I love you, and I wish someone would make this for me. And I was like, someone, you mean me? And she's like, I mean someone, and it can be you. And I was like, cool, why not? So with all the things that I had in my fridge and in the pantry, I came up with this recipe. The basis of this recipe is so simple that you can use this base to create whatever recipe you want. For example, you could replace the chocolate with fresh fruits, or you could replace the chocolate with white chocolate, or you could also replace the chocolate, it's a bit crazy, but you can actually make it with salmon and cream cheese. It's gonna be weird, but you could try. It's up to you. I don't recommend it, but you can do it, because I know in your head you think that I can mix salmon and cream cheese and I can come up with something great. You can also put strawberries with salmon and it's gonna be But anyways, on to the recipe. Hello everyone, so here we start off with just some egg yolks, and you put it in the mixer. So there's nothing in the mixer except egg yolks, and now I'm just going to start mixing it. You can do the same thing with a hand mixer. Remember, just egg yolks. If you get some egg whites in it, don't worry, it's going to work. This is a very easy recipe. Now I'm just going to slow down the mixer and add some melted chocolate. Again, you can use a double boiler, or you can make a ganache. Here I'm using just some melted chocolate. So you can see I'm mixing the melted chocolate with the egg yolks on a high speed. Again, this was in my restaurant, so you really don't need to have a kitchen at your house. You can do it with a mixer, and just take your time. Now here I'm mixing some mascarpone cheese into this mix. Yes, look at those sideburns. Wow. So again, you mix the melted chocolate, the egg yolks and the mascarpone cheese. Just if you're talking about timings with the egg yolk and the melted chocolate, give it 5 minutes. After this, I'm just adding some chocolate ganache to this. So chocolate ganache is 50-50. For example, if I'm using 100 grams of chocolate, I'm using 100 ml of cream. So this is a chocolate ganache. Again, the recipe is there in the beginning of the video. Again, mix it really well. Yes, mix it, just mix it. Which gets me on to my second point. Why do we mix it so much? We mix it so much to incorporate a lot of air. Once it's airy, when you eat it, it feels light. If it's really dense and heavy, you know, for me, it becomes very hard to eat and becomes very hard to chew and everything. Here I'm just taking a rubber tip spatula and mixing everything so that nothing sticks to the bottom. Now I'm using really good Dutch processed cocoa. So this cocoa gives the cake its color. So you can use the normal cocoa also, but it's lighter in color. We use this cocoa because it gives a lot of color. Again, a lot of mixing in this, but just to show you, this is really easy. And now it's time for the alcohol. There you go, Baileys. My sister, she loves it. In fact, all of my sisters love Baileys. And you can't put too much Baileys in the cheesecake, you know, just some, not too much. Remember, it's not too much. There's nothing like too much Baileys. So you put the Baileys in the cake and now it's Kahlua. You put 1, 2, I think that's enough. Because again, there's nothing like too much of Kahlua and Baileys in your chocolate cheesecake, because these are flavors that will complement the recipe, because it's coffee and chocolate. So mix it. Now here I've got some gelatin. With gelatin I mix it in hot water and then I strain it. It's very important that you strain your gelatin, otherwise you'll have lumps and that will not taste good. So again, you mix your gelatin well and make sure that you don't have any lumps. Now when you mix the gelatin, because it's hot, it's gonna make the liquid a bit, the mixture a bit liquid. So don't worry, it's gonna set later, so really relax. And by this point we're halfway through. So now I put the base. On the base I put some ganache. So ganache is again 1:1 ratio. So that's, for example, 10 ml of chocolate cream to 10 grams of chocolate. On top of this I put some more ganache, because why not? It gives you another texture. So you have your cake that's a soft texture, in the middle you have a ganache that's a really different texture, and on top of this we're gonna add the chocolate cake mix. Voila, like this. At this point you really don't need to do anything because your recipe is almost done. So now what you do is put all the mixture, and if you've got some mixture left, you can make small, you can put it in an ice cube tray and you can, you know, make some poppers out of it, but it has to be a non-stick ice cube tray. So anyways, tap it down, use something to flatten the top. If you're going to put cocoa on top, you don't need to flatten it, or you can even shave some chocolate on top. Just an idea for the presentation. And now we're going to put this in the fridge. It's always good to clean up like I am. We put this in the fridge and hopefully I think this is the time I took it out of the fridge. Oh, this is before that I put it in the fridge, so I'm basically smoothing it out. The best way I find is to take a hot spoon, heat a spoon on your stove or gas or whatever, or put it in hot water, take it out dry it, and just use the bottom of the spoon to smoothen it out. So now this cake has been put in the fridge for at least 3 to 4 hours. It's set well, so I'm using a spatula to demold it. And voila, with the miracle of time, this cake is done. So once you've demolded the cake, like you can see how I'm doing it here, and again, don't worry if you don't have all of this turntable and all, you don't need it. Voila, it should look like this. And trust me, you can always dress it up, make it look as fancy as you want, because again, it's your creation. You can do however way you want it. By the way, I love this camera angle. Look at it. It just captures, it's a bit like Quentin Tarantino. It captures the whole theme well. And now moving on, here I'm going to show you how I present the cake. This in no way is something that's final or how it should be. It's just the way I'm presenting it. You can do it whatever way you want. This is just an idea, because remember, you are the chef. You do it your way and show your own talent, because again, you are the chef. Voila, don't be afraid. It comes out really easily. Put it on a platter if you have a fancy platter like what I had, and yes, just make it look nice and presentable. Clean the platter a bit, and I'm just going to present the cake. Okay, about the taste, now it's been a few years since I made this cake, but I remember this cake tasted really good, because I remember we sold out of it the same day or the next day. And I remember my sisters, they really enjoyed it. They had a few pieces, and then we also made shakes out of it. It's fantastic to make shakes out of. Here you can see I put some chocolate flakes just for presentation. Chocolate flakes are easy to do. Maybe I'll show you in a video one day. And then I'm just going to top it off with some cocoa powder to give it that nice Japanese sort of effect, because here I was going for a Japanese style of presentation. Simple, nice, and that's it, nothing complicated. Here I'm just putting cocoa over it. Again, with the cocoa you get another layer of taste, you get another texture. When you bite into it, the cocoa, it just gives you another mouthfeel, and I think it goes really well with the strawberry jam and the whole cake, the cake as a whole. Now, my mouth is already watering by seeing this, but I remember really well, this cake was awesome. So yes, this is how we do it. We just okay, this is how you put cocoa. You just spank that, you tap the strainer to get the cocoa out, and that's how you do it. And voila, it's ready. You can present it like this and take a fancy photo, or take another photo, show it like this. That's it for me, guys. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It was really easy to make. It was really good to eat. You see me using the strawberry at the bottom of the cake when I presented. It's nothing, it's just strawberry jam which I used. I had some strawberry jam. I just used it to present. If you want to go really fancy, you can mix some vodka in the strawberry jam and you can just use it to present. If you want it to be without vodka, you can just do it without vodka. It's up to you. Listen, you're the chef. If you're watching this video, that means you love food. I love food, and I want to thank you for giving me your time and watching this video and taking the time out of your hectic schedule to watch this video with me. And I really appreciate you giving me your time. Plus, like this video, share this video, and comment, because we are a new channel. And I also have a page on Instagram. The name is Kissy Kissy Baby. So until next time, love you. See ya. Bisous.